Dear AI aspiring engineers, welcome to our channel Alex Tech Project. Today we try to see frequently asked question in a screening test. Without further delay, now let us jump into the test. First one is a linear regression. Which of the following is true about the linear regression? You can see it on the screen. It is used for predicting a continuous values. In a linear regression, what is the objective? Minimize the sum of a squared errors. What does the slope of a linear regression line represent in a linear regression? A rate of change in the dependent variable for a unit change in the independent variable. Fourth question, which of the following evaluation metrics is commonly used for linear regression? This is mean absolute error, mean square error, root mean square error. So this is the relevant one, mean absolute error, MAE. What is multicollinearity in a linear regression? When two or more independent variables are strongly correlated. Now we are moving on to the logistic regression. In a logistic regression, what type of a variable is a dependent variable? It's a categorical variable. What function is used to the model the probability in a logistic regression? It is nothing but the sigmoid. What is the output of a logistic regression? It is the probability. You can see. What is the purpose of odds ratio in a logistic regression? To interpret the effect of a predictors on the probability of the outcome. How is logistic regression different from linear regression? Logistic regression is used for classification, while linear regression is used for prediction. Now we are moving on to the decision tree. What is the primary advantages of a decision tree? They require little data pre-processing. In a decision tree, what is the process of selecting best attribute to split on called information gain? For the information gain only, we try to use the entropy and Gini, but the information gain is the primary. What is pruning in a decision trees? Reducing the size of a tree, height or depth of a tree by removing the unnecessary branches. What is the downside of using decision tree algorithm? They tend to overfit the training data, so it will try to learn lot of an information, even though it will contain the noise that will try to overfit. How does decision tree handle the missing values? By creating a separate branch for missing values. KNearest Neighbors question. What does K represent in KNN? It is nothing but number of nearest neighbors to consider. How does KNN make prediction? By calculating the distance between the query instance and all the training instances. What is the main drawback of KNN algorithm? It requires large computing resources. How do you choose the value of K in KNN? By cross validation. In KNN, how is the class of a new data point is determined? By taking a weighted average of a class of the nearest neighbors. Now we are moving on to the NABas. What assumption does NABas make about the independence features? They are conditionally independent given the class label. In a NABas, how is the probability of a class is calculated? By applying Bayes' theorem and assuming independence between the features. What distribution is commonly used for modeling continuous features in a Gaussian naive Bayes? Is Gaussian distribution. See here itself is a Gaussian. What is Laplace smoothing used for naive Bayes? To avoid zero probability for unseen features. In a text classification, what is the common application of naive Bayes? Is sentiment analysis. This text classification is sentiment analysis. Classification metrics. The questions is on the metrics. What is the precision in the context of a classification metrics? The ratio of a true positive prediction to the total number of a predictive positive instances. What is the recall in the context of a classification matrix? The ratio of a true positive predictions to the total or actual positive instances. What is F1 score? The harmonic mean of precision and recall. Harmonic mean. In a binary classification problem, if a model predict all the instances as a positive, what would be the accuracy? Could not be determined without additional information. How does ROC curve illustrate? The relationship between the true positive rate and false positive rate is illustrated by the area under the ROC curve. Statistics. What does p-value represent in hypothesis testing? The probability of observing the test statistics if null hypothesis is true. Which of the following is not a measure of a central tendency? This is nothing but the standard deviation. What is the purpose of using correlation analysis? To identify the pattern relationship between the variables. Which distribution is used to model and count the data or events occurring in a fixed interval of a time? See, fixed interval of a time is Poisson distribution. What does coefficient of determination R square measure in a regression analysis? The portion of a variance in the dependent variable explained by the independent variable. In hypothesis testing, what is the significance level typically set to 5%? That is 0.05. What does the standard deviation measure in a data? What does the standard deviation measure in a data set? It is the square root of a variance. Which of the following statement about the central limit theorem is true? It states the distribution of a sample means approaches a normal distribution as sample size increases. What is the primary purpose of a box plot in a exploratory data analysis? To visualize the distribution and identify the outliers in a data set. Which graphical representation is used to visualize the relationship between two continuous variables in exploratory data analysis? Is nothing but the scatter plot. And these are the Python questions. It has been there. You can practice at your convenient time. Write a Python function to generate list of all prime numbers between the range of 1 to 1000 and store it in a list. Second question, input string they have given. Each word is separated with a space. The even number of words we need to reverse. The odd number of words we need to keep it as it is. You can see this one and write the program to achieve the above mentioned transformation. The third question is they have given the string. Write the function to count the number of unique words in the given string. How many unique characters? Instead of a word, it is a character. Third one, you have given a word. You need to frame a dictionary with a word versus count. Write a Python function that take a string as the input and return a dictionary containing the count of each character in a string. Write a function for Fibonacci series using for loop. Write a function no the given string is palindrome or not, like a literal. Write a Python program to find the longest word in the sentence by identifying word by word and calculating the length of the word. We can find the longest word in a given sentence. Write a Python function that takes a list of integers as input and return sum of all the even numbers in a list. First of all, it is taking all the list. From there we need to filter the even numbers. From there we need to find the sum. Now we can use filter and map. Merge two sorted list in a single list. Two of the sorted lists are there, but how to merge them? Create a Python function to find the largest element in the list. It's nothing but the max, but that we try to iterate over element by element and see it. In these 10 functions, you are not supposed to use any predefined functions, which is, or you need to import any other modules to do this one. It is only primary request to see how you can think and write and implement the code without using any libraries or importing any other modules. I hope this explanation is a very impressive and doing some value to you. If so, please like, share, subscribe to our channel. If you have any doubts, please write in the comment section. I will let you know, and we try to meet in the next video. Until then, bye.